What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Greataxe Gaming. I am Jax, and we are back with Hiveswap Friendsim. Now, let's just keep going. When we last left off, we had done Gallic, our friend who looks like Clark Kent, and I don't know who's next. Oh god, this headache, friendship, yes. Oh, if I remember correctly, this troll is actually like the biggest suck-up slash brown-noser ever. And that could be a snap judgment based on the profile posted, but we'll see. How did I... Wait, how did I... So here you are, in jail. You always knew you would end up here eventually, but you were expecting a human jail. Not this. It all happened so fast. You were waltzing down another alternating street in search of friends when you heard the telltale sound of machinery behind you, and before you could escape, some giant metal drone with a rocket ass scooped you up and flew away with you. You were honestly surprised the drone didn't execute you on sight. They've tried to do that before, after all. Perhaps your numerous shenanigans have grown so vast and ridiculous, someone wants to see you in person before you die. If only to have the chance to ask you what the fuck. In any case, you aren't complaining. Not about being brought in alive, at least. You have plenty of other things to complain about, though. This cell sucks. It's hard and cold and full of this gross-looking moss that could probably kill you since, you know, everything else on this planet sure can. There's a couple of patchwork holes in the back wall of your cell, which aren't big enough to wiggle through, but are enough to let in some light from outside. You've been in here for a few hours since before dawn. Sorry, you've been in here since a few hours before dawn, and now it's midday, which means scorching rays of sunlight are streaming their way around your cell and forcing you to dart around to the shadiest spots as the sun makes its way across the sky. As if that weren't enough, it is also hammering rain outside, which isn't doing much to stymie the sunlight, and you think the rain might be acidic, too. Fun! Intermingled with the rain, you've been hearing sounds coming from some other rooms. Interrogations, maybe? Torture? Whatever it is, you are not a fan. And would somebody please fix the leak in the roof? If you have to listen to one more drop of water exploding onto the floor like a nuclear fucking bomb, your shit is going to take an extended sabbatical from the handle. To conclude, it's not great. You'd like out. Right now, preferably. Now? Oh, god damn it. You're hoping that someone would conveniently appear in time with your internal monologue, but no such luck. Oh, okay. Whoa, there she is. Okay. Your new savior is small, probably the smallest troll you've met so far, with the possible exception of Amicia, and she looks about as young as Amicia as well. She's got wild pigtails spreading for her head and a twitchy look in her eye, like she's going to start sprinting the second she hears a sound. She opens her cell door with a creak and gestures down the hallway with a quick jerk of her head. Come on, with me now, quickly! Head down! Keep quiet, no asking questions! Save. Save. Ask questions! Wait. You have so many questions. Which of your many lovely friends is willing to help you escape? Who is she? What's her deal? How does she know? She shushes you, and her eyes narrow in a praising squint as she looks you over. Not too bright, huh? Figures. Listen, I don't have time to explain and I'm not putting my neck out any further, so here's what we're gonna do, okay? You're gonna run. Not too far out, because you don't want to wind up in undead territory. Undead? I'm sorry, undead? Stick to the city, find a nice hiding place, and keep your head down. See ya! She rather forcefully stuffs what appears to be a military-grade umbrella into your hands and shoves you out the back door into the rain and sunlight. When you turn to protest, the lock on the door clicks shut and you're stuck outside. What was that she said about undead? Yeah, that's a good question. What was that she said about undead? Now I want to know. Anyways, follow her. You follow her down the hallway, keeping quiet as instructed, even though you have many questions you want to ask her. Like, what is her name? Or, where are you? Or, why haven't they fixed the fucking leak in the roof? Instead, you just hurry closely behind as she takes you up to a stairwell in the back of the building and up multiple flights of stairs. Peeking out the window of each door you pass, you see what seems to be an evidence locker, and then a row of tightly packed cubicles, and then a long winding hallway. This is where she opens the door and ushers you through. The hallway is full of electronically locked doors with troll signs on them, the overwhelming majority of which are teal. Well, I mean, they kind of are the lawkeepers. The only other presence here seems to be automated cleaning robots. You are unsurprised to see that troll roomers come with their knives pre-attached. She punches a series of numbers and letters into a keypad beside one of the doors, bearing her sign and a name, and then slips inside and you follow. Here we are. My hideaway from Hive. You can be a bit louder now, but no shouting. That'd just be weird as hell, buddy. Oh, and my name's Torona, by the way. Okay, so I take it back. She seems genuinely endearing. The descriptions they gave in the troll call post made her seem very Weasley. You politely refrain from shouting as you introduce yourself to her. Gerona pulls up a chair and sits down at her husk top, tapping away some keys. So, what we're going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and access your files in our system. Shouldn't be too hard to find since you're a weird alien, and yep, here we go. That's what we were looking for. Time to make a few edits. She leans in, fingers flying quickly over the keys. She's absurdly fast on the keyboard, her eyes darting back and forth across the screen. Now, normally I wouldn't pull anything this risky, and I certainly wouldn't be helping out a criminal, but I have it on good source that you are not the kind of person we should be letting rot in a cell, or worse. Right now, you're in our system on a lot of weird and serious offenses, but you and I, we know that the only thing you're really guilty of is trying to keep your head on your shoulders attached, right? Just gotta click here, delete a few things, and there we go. You should clean. Wow, just like that, huh? You thank her profusely and even begin to consider groveling at her feet, but she cuts you off. Listen, I'm just doing the grunt work for you. Wasn't really my decision to spring you. Let's just say you and I have a mutual friend, wink wink nudge nudge. I run errands for him sometimes in exchange for information, and I just happened to be pulling an all day over here anyway, so I was in the right place at the right time. Malik? Malik or Gallic, one of the two. Yep. This mutual friend of yours sounds like a dead ringer from Malik. Wow, knowing ceruleans in high places is already paying some great dividends. It beats our data, at least. I got from her some really weird DMs on Chitter from our stream followers. Anyway, speaking of being in the right place, what is this place anyway? This place is, well, it's a lot of things. Jail and courthouse and office and a whole lot more. Basically, if you're a teal looking to learn how to do teal things, this is where you go for hands-on internmanship. Internmanship. Ba-dum-tish! Most of it is law-related, of course, but there's a couple of semi-related fields for the go-getters looking to do something a little different. Like me! Yep, I bet you're just dying to know what I get up to in these hallowed halls, don't you? Surely a brilliant mind like Miss Cassand is doing some real important work here, is what I bet you're thinking, and you are absolutely correct, my friend. Feast your gander bulbs on this. A few clicks of the wriggly, bulbous mouse, and her husk top loads up several images. You glance at the screen, and the recognition center in your brain goes haywire with dopamine. Alien culture or not, you know memes when you see them. God, you missed memes. Check it out, check it out. They're a little corny, but I know Triss is gonna love them. She's a real sucker for this kind of thing. One of them is an image macro featuring Triss doing her makeup with the caption, "Triss is so hot, rebels are not." Another seems to feature troll brains, at least you hope those are brains, of varying sizes and hemo colors. Being a rebel is, oh god, it's the galaxy brain meme. Being a rebel is the small maroon brain, sympathizing with rebels is the medium-sized olive brain, and worshipping Trezza is the giant purple brain. These ones will be going soon, but for now I've got plenty of other memes in circulation. See, I made a bunch of fake Chitter accounts and got some techie troll to automate them for me. He was hyped out the excitement nub to do some work on Triz's behalf, I tell you. Some of these accounts just pretend to be regular trolls, and others like best jokes nightly, big funny relatable laugh humor, you know? They're racking up the followers as we speak. And the point of them is to put these Trizza memes out there? That's how you get them. You start with a couple innocuous jokes and cute pervy pics, and then BAM! Suddenly you're spreading the good word of the Empire and everyone accepts it because your Chitter account is so funny and hip. This sounds like something that came up in the media over the past year. News, I should say, not media, but still. I call it memeganda. It's gonna be the next big thing, I tell you. It does seem to be a pretty clear way of spreading. Wow. Words, hard. Speak, good. It does seem like a pretty clever way of spreading propaganda. Really effective on today's modern youth. It also deeply unnerves you, but you leave that part out. There's just something wrong about memes being used for evil. Thank you, thank you. Glad someone appreciates all the hard work I'm doing here instead of just brushing me off. I've had to do a lot of overtime putting out propaganda for the Empire lately. Just between you and me, although this ain't exactly much of a secret anymore, there's talk of rebellion brewing. Like a real actual big scale one instead of just a bunch of high bloods getting paranoid because a Burgundy looked at them funny. It's pretty scary, actually, and I hope it won't get swept up in all of it if something nasty breaks out. Yeah, that's the vibe you've been getting. You're about to ask for more info about this rebellion when she cuts you off and keeps rambling on. Seems like she's got a lot to say. You get the impression that nobody else here listens to her, possibly because she's still so young compared to most of them, but saving you from a jail cell is a good way to get you to pay attention. But here's the thing, despite being a whole lot of potential trouble, it's also a great opportunity to show the Empire just how invaluable my skills will be for them. See, I've got it all planned out. First I need to prove how useful and clever I am, and how helpful I can be for her regime. Then when Trizza comes of age, she shall dethrone the current empress and take her place. Most trolls just love Trizza, and those who don't are gonna get themselves killed real quick, so I'm sure she'll have plenty of support when the time comes for their duel. Wow, that is hard to read. Once she's in full power, I snag myself a nice position as her propaganda minister, and if I'm real lucky, I can wheedle my way into being assistant to his honorable tyranny himself. His honorable tyranny? You don't think you've heard of this guy before. You assume he's a particularly high-ranking troll in the legislative process?
Oh no, he's just a fuck-off huge monster who passes judgment on criminals by eating them. Or eating anyone who bugs him, really. He presides over particularly noteworthy trials, especially at the extreme court. Extreme!
In retrospect, you should have known. If monsters can be parents, they can surely be judges, too. But, what exactly is the appeal here?
Who wouldn't want to be big and handsome and strong enough to devour anyone who annoys you? It's the perfect life, I tell you!
Fair.
As it stands, since I can't beat him, I can at least be his best buddy and most perfect little helper. And besides, doing all the behind-the-scenes work is a lot safer than trying to actually hunt down and prosecute criminals, I'll tell you that much. I mean, yeah, he might eat me, but it's just a normal workplace safety hazard, really. Nothing I can't handle.
She really does have it all planned out, doesn't she? You're impressed. Actually, kinda am. For life on that planet?
Thank you. But I can't do it alone. I'm gonna need some help along the way from a very talented and clever associate or two. I bet you know who I'm talking about.
Malik and... her Lucis? Her classmates?
No, dummy. She's here I am trying to butter you up and it flies right over your ThinkPad.
Oh. Me? Yep.
I'm talking about you. I need your help. And I think after bailing you out of jail that I've earned it, wouldn't you say? The old I rake my claws down your back, you rake your claws down your mine dealy, you know?
Troll idioms are still as inscrutable as ever, but you do know a thing or two about claws! And about helping people to earn their good graces. What's she need?
You ever hear the old adage, teals talk? And well, a lot of teals have been talking about the strange alien going around getting buddy-buddy with the cast. The way I see it, someone like that might just know how to get me into their officers and dig up some dirt on them and their potential rebel connections. I keep saying they should start stalling out for Ganderscan tech, but shelling out for Ganderscan tech. But nobody ever listens to me. No way, no how. A regular password system ought to be enough, right? Ha! They wish. Yeah, they really wish those locks were as secure as they think they are. You can figure out the codes no problem, I'm sure. What do you say, pal? How about you help me help the Empire and root out that rebel scum?
I refuse to take any option that puts me into conflict with my other friend, who I wholeheartedly support in their endeavor. I can't remember her name now and I feel bad. Oof. You're not particularly keen on betraying your friends, but you do owe Torona a favor now, and you'd love to make another pal while you're at it. There's gotta be some way you can maneuver yourself way out of this mess. You tell her sure you'll offer her some help. If you're going to hit up someone's office, it should be... Well, here comes the decision. Okay, we're back. I'm probably not gonna do the tizziest one, just because I can't bring myself to do it. But Tagora, yes.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. He's real smart and a good talker, and he always got the latest gossip. You'd think he'd be my kind of guy, but he's also just such a sleaze, like a real creepy creepster.
Yo, no argument here.
Not to mention he charges out the sniff tube for all his info. No thanks, I'll handle it myself. Oh, but imagine the scandal if he turned out to be a rebel all along. I really hope we find something on him here.
After some lead hacking, that is punching his wriggling day into his keypad, the door to his office clicks open. Two of you slip and slide and glance around. You are immediately reminded of his hive. Almost eerily reminded of it, in fact. Did he just order copies of all the same minimalist aesthetic furniture and have them sent to his office? That's... well, you don't know exactly what that is, but it's certainly impressive.
You know, I'm not so sure if that vase is regulation. Take a picture of it just in case, will you?
Sure thing, and if you happen to accidentally delete the picture later, well, actually we've accidentally deleted a bunch of pictures before. Figuring out your troll phone has been an ordeal. You'll line up your camera and take the shot and, oh fuck, as you're about to press the button, your phone received an incoming call from someone, and you ended up hitting the answer call button instead. Now you're going to be trapped in a social encounter you weren't mentally prepared for. No! Wait, it's just Tagora. That's no problem at all. He's gregarious, he's easy to talk to, and you're standing in his office. Fuck, again! Following on your post-practiced everything is fine expression, you try to angle the camera so he can't figure out where you are. My apologies for bothering you on such short notice. I recently learned through the grapevine that you may have been responsible for certain changes in Zigisi's attitude as of late. I thought it might be prudent to let you know that... Wait, is that my office? Did you break into my office? Wait. There's... no. God, no. It's not his office. It's just, an office that happens to coincidentally look just like his. His face is frozen mid-smile, and now it slowly seems to twist, until the smile doesn't look nearly as friendly or genuine as it did a moment ago. He starts to laugh, little raspy chuckles under his breath. I see. More of the fool was I to believe I could ever trust a fellow liar. Is this Galax work? No, it can't be. He doesn't do that kind of subterfuge. It was all just a game to you. Yes, that must be it. Of course it was. You're not here to make friends. What? No, that's exactly what you're here to do. By the way, ha reference. The bills I so graciously forewent for your sake. Well, no matter. You can expect a very hefty invoice to arrive via email as soon as I finish typing it up. No, please, no, it doesn't have to end this way. You were just trying to secure another friendship. He knows how it goes, right? Saying you're doing anything for a bit of social gain? Oh, but of course. And I would be very happy to continue our business relationship in the future, once I've been reimbursed in full for my time and expenditures. Farewell. He ends the call and his face disappears. The friendly little bwee sound that Gripe makes cannot possibly underscore the finality and tragedy of this situation. Your heart truly is broken. But hey, at least you can trade one friend for another, right? No, she just left. Now that she's seen what you're willing to sacrifice for her, surely Torona will... Torona? Ah, shit. At some point when you were distracted, she made a break for it. Now you're left with naught but a hefty fine and an ache in your chest where friendship used to be. Friendship, Bill sucks. Okay, next up is Tagiri, which will clearly go well. Because, you know, man with swords, nothing can go wrong here. After mulling it over for a while, you decide Tagiri is the safest choice. Sure, he's the guy with the sword, but he's also by far the least likely to harbor rebel sympathies, so you won't be getting anyone into trouble here.
Yeah, Tagiri. Now that's an interesting choice, I tell you what. He's always sucking up to the purples and trying to make himself look all cool and knowledgeable about law stuff. So you'd think he'd be clean, but maybe it's just all a front. I'm working on a video about rebel sympathizers right now, and that's one of my big bold points that I look over, on how sometimes the guy trying too hard to look like he's on the level is actually far off the level as it gets. So yeah, let's see what this guy's hiding, why don't we?
Moseying on over to his door, you consider the keypad. This shouldn't be a hard password to guess. It's gotta be the name of one of his favorite enemies, right? You punch one in and nope, a buzzer sounds. You try another, and nada. But to your delight, the door clicks and begins to slide open after the third anime title. You glance over your shoulder to see Torona beaming at you from right behind you, then back to the door and yikes! A katana comes swinging towards you on a wire, and you narrowly dive out of the way before it connects, crashing to the floor in the process. Oh no. You groan and stagger back to your feet, and hear a familiar voice sounding from a speaker in Tagiri's room. Foolish evildoer, did you really think it would be that simple? You've fallen for my trap. Your 3 pitiful guesses were all it took to seal your doom. Not that it's going to do you any good while you bleed out on the floor. Sayonara, trespasser. The message seems to cut out there, but then there's some muffled sounds like a microphone being moved. What do you think, Tadashi? It's going to look so cool when I show it off to my colleagues. You breathe a sigh of relief. That katana was aiming right at your head. You almost got skewered. Talk about a close one, right, Torona? Torona? Oh no. Oh no. But wait, okay, so hold on. So far the good endings have all been good in general, not just good for one friendship. Like there's been no backstabbing to get a good ending. So does this mean Tizius is the right choice? It's gotta be Tizius. She runs a tight, if sleep-deprived, ship. You'll give it a good try, fail to find anything useful, and Torona will appreciate your attempt.
Tizius, huh? Yeah, she's got that vibe to her, you know? She talks a lot about improving the justice system, and what kind of person does that, huh? A rebel sympathizer, that's who. The Alternate justice system has worked fine for hundreds of sweeps. The only person who ought to be proposing changes is Trizza herself, but obviously there's nothing to change or she'd have done it already. Anyway, this is Tizzy's door right over here, so why don't you start working your magic?
An idea comes to you. You start tapping away at your phone, much to Torona's chagrin.
Hey buddy, we're trying to break into someone's office. This is no time to play Flappy Talon Screecher.
Flappy Bird. You explain that you're looking up Tizius information on your phone to consolidate... Looking up Tizius on your phone to consolidate information and improve your chance of guessing her password.
Oopsie, sorry. Just a little antsy here, I guess. Haha. Carry on.
Turning to the keypad, you start inputting your guesses. Try the birthday listed on Tizius' Twitter profile. Nope. Even the name of her mate sprite doesn't work. Then something clicks. Everyone expects a long, complex password, right? You try just 2 paltry digits instead. 69. Click! The light goes green and the door to her office slides open. Bingo! Feeling pretty chipper about your breaking in and entering skills, you usher Torona inside with an exaggerated bow. She cackles and skips right in, making her way over to a husk top sitting on Tizius' crowded desks. Oh no, 69 is the symbol, isn't it? Wait, is it? When does this game take place? Does it take place before the signless? Or... I don't know. There's papers and old mugs lying everywhere, and the rest of the room is about as disorganized as the desk, with towering stacks of books threatening to collapse if you much as breathe wrong.
The Empire already monitors online communications, of course, but we've got tools for those sneaky sneaks who try to hide things off the cloud.
Torona produces a small device, bright red with gold accents, and plugs it into what appears to be a USB slot on the hook top. It wriggles upsettingly.
I'll go through our files, and you start looking through all those books and folders, okay?
You You offer a thumbs up and turn your attention to the absolutely massive pile of literature that is strewn throughout the office. You're not really giving it your full effort, hesitant to pry into Tisius' stuff, but you get the sense that she isn't hiding anything here anyways. Behind you, Torona is clicking through folders on the husk top, the exasperation in her voice steadily growing.
Useless school-feeding assignments, copies of court transcripts, a bunch of nudes.
Huh? Huh.
It's all just a bunch of normal Teal stuff. There's nothing incriminating here at all. Where is she hiding it?
Wait, normal Teal? Does that mean every Teal has nudes? Why? Blackmail, maybe. It does seem like a Teal thing. Torona pulls away from the husk top and dives through the stack of books with the gusto of a small child in a ball pit, rifling through pages as quickly as she can. It isn't too long before she gives up on that pursuit, too, emerging from the pile in a shower of loose pages.
Ah! I can't find any evidence of wrongdoings anywhere! No hidden folder on her husk top, no secret stash between the pages of a book, nothing!
She stomps back and forth, pacing around the room and scratching at her face absent-mindedly. Maybe there's just isn't anything to find. Is that so bad?
Yeah, if she's not bad, it's super bad! Look, see? I'm not big and strong, and even if I get a growth spurt when I'm older, it won't change that I don't like to fight. That's just not what I'm cut to do. I'm a thinker and a listener and a talker. Knowledge is power, and it's the only kind of power I'm good with. It's the only kind that'll keep me in the game. Everyone's got to play nice and get off my case because they know I've always got the dirt. But if all those shifty, crafty Teal jerks keep trying to hide all their secrets from me, I'm gonna be hooped if I can't get one over on them.
Torona yanks her pigtails and slumps down against the wall, looking as frazzled as ever you've seen her. This calls for a pep talk. You sit down across from her and offer a gentle smile. You know where she's coming from. When you came here, you were a mess. You still kind of are. All you had was your guts, your mind, and your goofy charisma. You've been blending your way across the planet, but somewhere in between all the blundering, you've made friends. You've gained skills. You figured out how to keep surviving, even when it seemed impossible. And if you can do it, she can too. Also, I somehow managed to learn Alternian on my own. Sure, she may not be as big as strong as she like. She won't always win. Sometimes there's going to be days like today where she doesn't succeed. But she's got this spark in her, you can see it, that tells you she'll be just fine as long as she keeps her head up and tries to hang in there. Torona perks up. Your motivational speech game is really on the ball lately.
Yeah, you're right. This might have been a bust, but I sure ain't. I've already got all kinds of connections and pals and skills. I mean, the guy I runs those errands for, he says I'm one of the smartest and cleverest Teals he's ever met, and that I'm really mature for my age, and...
Sup? You never find out what else he says, because you're interrupted by the sci-fi whoosh of the office door opening as Tisius sifts through. There's a long, awkward pause before she raises an eyebrow at Torona. Now, just what in the hell are you two doing in my office? Torona gives a stammering response, but Tisius jerks her head towards the door. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to get out right now. She turns to you. Not you. You, we need to have a chat. Uh-oh. Torona flashes you a terrified look before scurrying out the room, door sliding shut behind her. Tisius glances at the door, then pulls you towards the most secluded corner of the room, where books are piled so high they practically reach the ceiling. She speaks in a low, hushed whisper. A good idea, because you bet a trollbuck or two that Torona's listening outside the door. Hey, so, that was some good thinking, texting me as soon as you got your palm husk back. You shrug humbly. You're getting good at leveraging your bountiful stockade of friends. I wonder what she thinks I'm gonna do to you. There's a lot of rumors about me. Most of them are untrue. But when you look as tired as I do every day, trolls whisper. She chuckles lightly and takes a sip of water before sighing. I can't believe she thought I'd ever be dumb enough to keep incriminating documents in my office. She must be getting real desperate to prove herself. This is exactly my point about how fucked up it is here. Everyone trying to climb over each other out of the muck and pull the rest down like shell scuttlers in a seafood storage device. Poor girl. She thinks she's got everyone in the palm of her hand, but she's being played as much as any of the rest of us schmucks. Another sigh. You feel like sighing may as well be Tisius' second quirk. But you've already heard enough from me about all that, so go pretend I chewed you the fuck out or something. I need to reorganize my shit now that she's messed up my old system. Her office looks far better organized than it did when you walked in, actually, but you're not about to split hairs about it when Tisius just bailed you out of potential disaster. You thank her, give her a quick hug, and then slip out of the office. Torona nearly falls over herself, stumbling to get away from the door where she was clearly trying to listen in.
Whoa, you're here and alive and still in one piece. That must have been a real close one. You know what she does to people who cross her, right? Well, I'll give you a hint, pal. It starts with disembowelment and only gets worse from there, uh-huh. How'd you make it out?
You know, tucking your way out of a jam? It's a total breeze. Torona seems starry-eyed and impressed.
You sure do know how to handle yourself, especially for a weird alien. I think you and I gotta stick together. Technically, you don't owe me anything anymore, but us little people work best in numbers, yeah? You could use a friend like me.
You smile, basking in the now familiar glow of camaraderie. Yeah, you could use a friend like her, and you think she could use a friend like you too. Aww, that's cute. I like it. Okay, so that's it for this episode. Bendy Ink Machine is done. I have to figure out what I'm going to do next because nobody was watching Dad Quest. Nobody at all. So I don't think I'm going to continue that one. Anyways, if you like the video, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want to buy me a coffee, there's a link down below. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you to the people who have been buying me coffees. There have been a couple in the last few months that I really appreciate. Like, y'all have no idea. I really appreciate it. If you want to catch me streaming on Twitch, I aim for I'm going to aim for Thursday this week at 6 p.m. My Twitch name is the same as my Twitter name, so it should be easy to catch there. And thanks for watching. Later, y'all.